Hey guys, welcome to a new playthrough. A deep playthrough going about all the side quests, the main quests of the DLC, the biggest one I guess of the two, Blood and Wine, Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt. Really looking forward to it. I've already completed the main campaign of Witcher 3 like, I don't know, a year and a half ago. I completed Hearts of Stone mid through the primary campaign, and somehow Blood and Wine ended up at the shelf, but it was always still on my to-do list, and actually now is for me a really good time to dive into it. I am currently waiting for the new Intel CPUs to hit the market, like the 9700 or 9900K. So I can finally build a new stable PC. My PC tends to crap out intermittently, which is really annoying if you're recording footage, but I will be saving frequently. The goal of the new PC is, besides having a ray tracing capable card, the main goal is to be able to record HDR footage, 10-bit video streams, and also on a higher resolutions than 1080p. I'm not sure whether I will go 4K HDR, but if it's possible, I will. And I have quite a lot of games that are on my to-do playthrough list, but they all have HDR featured, and I do not want to miss out on that. So I will have to keep those games on my to-do list until I've finished building a more powerful PC, because decoding and encoding HDR is like way bigger file size and way more processor intensive. And I'm currently still rocking an old trusty 2500K overclocked to 4.6 gigahertz. So this really is a game. It's not super new. It doesn't feature HDR. It doesn't feature ray tracing, etc. But that's actually what is best suited now with my still old PC. And it doesn't really, the fact that it's a bit older doesn't really negate the fact that it's still a beautiful game to look at. By the way, I am now thinking, does this game does feature HDR? Sorry, I just said unequivocally that it doesn't have HDR options. But I think on the Xbox One and maybe the PlayStation 4 Pro, it does have HDR. But at least on the PC, I think it does not. So there's nothing missed out on the PC. And it fits right in between, like one of the last games or maybe the last playthrough I will do on my old PC before I will upgrade all the hardware and the games and the quality, etc. Really enjoyed the Witcher Wild Hunt primary game and the Hearts of Stone expansion. Really looking forward to just get myself lost again in a beautiful fantasy world, admiring the scenery, doing the side quests. I'm not really sure whether there are collectibles in this game. I don't think so. So I will not be a completionist collectible hunter. But yeah, the story, it's all gritty, realistic. I did understand that Blood and Wine is a bit more light-hearted, like it's a bit more has a bit more humor than the main game. But yeah, lots to be looking forward to. I have the options. I will quickly run through it and then we will dive into the game. I have the options all maxed out. So audio is full on, control settings. I have like this little mod installed that I do not, when changing powers, I will not have to do that all the time through the weapon wheel or the menu wheel. I have like hotkeys mapped to the powers, so that will be more fluid and more immersive to watch, hopefully. The key bindings not relevant. Gameplay, I have pretty much default automatic finishers on, manual sword drawing, Colorblind off. Witcher fisheye effect. Yeah, that's on. Default. Movement response default. Camera centering on. Autosave 10 minutes. Enemy upscaling off. I will keep enemy upscaling off for now. Unless it becomes too easy. But yeah, it wasn't in the main game. It was pretty okay. So I will just keep it off. Video. The main thing is that I turned off all the HUD elements. Off, everything off. Except for the Witcher medallion, because I do think it is pretty handy. It turns off when you're not in combat by itself. It disappears. But it is handy when you're fighting, that you will not be spending too many items like taking health when it's not required, or for instance not taking health when it is required. Without this display, health display, that it's really more of a gamble. You don't have that many in-game cues on your health status, maybe only when you're near death. So I am putting that on. The rest is all off. So for the most cinematic experience, I did have the crosshair on. And I do also have like this other mod installed that removes like all the in-game texts, like names above NPCs heads being displayed, stuff like that. The location areas popping up on the HUDs. Like it's as minimalistic as possible, except for the health item. Rescale HUD not required. Post-processing, everything on. I kept sharpening too low. I did it in the main game. I liked it, so don't really see that big of a difference, but it's good between really soft and really sharp. It's like an in-between setting. This is all maxed. Sorry. Everything on, and ambient occlusion to max. Graphics all maxed. It's only 1080p. I cannot record in 4K with my current setup, as mentioned. Nvidia on AA Hairworks. Nvidia Hairworks is 2.4. That's the default setting for Ultra. I think it's a pretty big resource hog, so I will not set it to 8. It's good enough. I don't really see the difference that much anyways. It's not like Garrett's, it's like his head is always super up close in games, so you don't really notice his hair that much. The rest is all set for Ultra, although some settings may appear to be set at low. That is because in the config file of the game I actually tweaked these settings even a bit further, or even twice as much as the default Ultra settings. I did that for the shadow quality. I did it for texture quality. I only upped the memory budget, and that automatically sets the texture quality to low, but it's actually more than was provided for on the default Ultra setting. And I increased the grass distance and maybe also some foliage spawn distance. So hopefully we will have further field of view as regards to detailed foliage. And the rest is, I didn't touch it in the config file, so they are all at Ultra. That were the options, except for Gamma, but let's skip it on default. Language is English, subtitles are off, credits we will see after the playthrough. And there is only one more thing to mention before diving right in the game. I have a character from the main game. It is, I think, for Blood and Wine, level 34 character development is required. I have a character in a save that's like level 39 or 37. With a lot of gear that I collected all throughout the main game. But the save is not really at the end of that of the main game. There's still a couple of levels to do before completing the main game with that save. That doesn't matter that much. I could cancel the current objective and simply start the Blood and Wine expansion. But yeah, I don't want to have like objectives of the main game also being displayed in the objectives menu. And there is this option to simply start each expansion as a standalone. And then you will be at the minimum level of 34 with what they said was some appropriate gear. And I think, or not I think, I am going to go with that option, because that also really makes it more of a standalone playthrough. Like, we are not overpowered, we can forget about the main game and the Hearts of Stone DLC. This is all fully focused on the Blood and Wine DLC. So I'm not going to continue with my existing character of a year ago. I am going to simply start a standalone Blood and Wine playthrough. I did read somewhere that there will be some influence on a minor influence on the story in Blood and Wine itself when starting it standalone as opposed to continuing your existing character. And mainly that is when we are being visited by a character, an NPC. It will be Dandelion, that's like this singer performer dude. When you are continuing an existing character, instead of Dandelion, I think it could be Siri or the Trish, who will instead visit you, depending on the choices you made in the main game. And while I am now talking about that, I'm actually a bit doubting myself, because I prefer to have one of those women be a part of the story instead of Dandelion. On the other hand, it is only probably really minor. The rest of the game and the whole flow of the story of the Blood and Wine DLC will probably be the same. So, or will be the same regardless of whether you started standalone or continue a character. So I will stick to my initial choice and start it standalone. I was just starting to doubt a bit. But let's dive right into it. Looking forward. Let's do a new game. And let's do Blood and Wine only. And indeed, it is mentioned here. Main storyline quests for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt are disabled. Geralt's gear and level are suitable for the quests of the Blood and Wine expansion. So we start out with suitable gear and level, and the main storyline quest, and that is what I really like, of the main game are disabled. So let's go. Highest difficulty. You're truly insane. Oh, let's read about the descriptions. It's funny. Enjoy a smooth ride through the world. You're happy to be challenged. You're a seasoned, demanding gamer. You're truly insane and loving it. Actually, only the last one is a bit funny. Here we go. Alrighty. Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine. Okay. You have unlocked the ability to start New Game Plus. Okay. Eve. Rune Rite. While playing the Hearts of Stone, you can encounter a Rune Rite. Okay. Evils. You've gained an ability point. Wee. Press and go to the character panel to learn a new ability. There's actually a typo in that menu. I hope it's not because of my HUD mod, but whatever. I am just getting off to check back on the controls a bit. Cool, this music really reminds me of the main game. I think we're in Velen. Let's check it out. wait, what is the zoom? That is alright, that's this one. Is this Velen? I have no idea. Yeah, you see to the bottom left. I think I might also have some kind of map mod that shows the all the locations on the map all at once, not only when you're near them. Because in my book that made the main playthrough way more efficient, because then you could, while traveling to a certain point on the map, you could actually also get to some nearby side objectives or collectibles. By the way, I did say that there are not a lot of collectibles in game, but I do think there are. Now it all comes back to me. There were... oh, there you have it, I guess. In the menu. Yeah, of course you have caves that you can raid or explore. That could qualify as a collectible. You have hidden treasures. Guarded treasures. Why do I have those monster nests? Only 1 out of 2. I don't understand really. Maybe that's because that's only in Velen, or is that the full map? Okay, these are the stores and the service providers. Blacksmith, shopkeeper, blah 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 blah. These are some upgrades or yeah, weapon maintenance yeah, options, like an armor stable, grindstone. Oh, this is all. Okay. Now I'm checking signpost about the collectibles. Yeah, you have a stash. 1 out of 2, but it's for me it's a bit weird that this is supposed to be standalone. So how the hell can I already have 1 out of 2? And while if it was not standalone, it was simply this is displayed from the main game. In the main game it were way higher numbers, and I think in the main game I got all the collectibles. So I'm a bit confused about these counters, like 1, 2. Okay, we have 7 quests. We have the caves, 1 out of 7. That could indeed count as a collectible. Monster nest as well, hidden treasure, 1 out of 1. So apparently I already found a hidden treasure. I really don't understand this one. Persons in distress, bandit camp, guarded treasure, shopkeeper. Alright, whatever. I also don't understand shopkeeper. 1 out of 7. What does this mean? I'm displaying them all. Like this is, oh, these are all the objectives. Like these are the different categories. And probably with those shopkeepers, 1 out of 7. I guess that is then within Velen there is 1 shopkeeper out of 7 in the complete game world. That's for now the only thing I can think of. The question marks are side missions. This is the start of Blood and Wine. This as well, Envoys Wine Boys is what it's called. What the hell is this? Here you can find monster contracts. Okay, but that's all in Velen. While the DLC, I think, actually really only takes place in a separate game world. I forgot the name, but it's a separate yeah, part of the world. Way more shiny and stuff. Yeah, are just the notice board. Yeah, I already in the main game and Hearts of Stone, I already collected everything. So I'm just gonna leave this be. This is all not part of the DLC we are diving in right now. We are just going to go with Envoys Wine Boys. But before doing so, let's check our inventory, what the game gave us. We have Ah, that's actually pretty refreshing. Quite limited amount of stuff. Oh, in here, which is a bit refreshing as I got a lot of items built already and I was almost all over encumbered. But on the other hand, oh, I still have a lot of stuff here, which is just carried over, I guess, from the main game. The only thing I'm a bit bummed out about is... Ah, okay, so... Oh, it's enhanced, but I guess I had already upgraded all these oils to superior and stuff. Yeah, and these are even... they're the lowest value, lowest tier of these oils. Now again, I'm doubting, should I have gone with my existing character, which had it all fully upgraded. But let's not... No, let's just stick with the choice. It's actually pretty cool. We have like this default hunting armor and a Kair Morin armor. Racing saddle, blinders, rocked saddlebags. We have health potion, stamina potion, or kind of stamina potion. Dumplings and tawny oil. Oh, this is the stamina potion. We have some bombs. And we, as a weapon, we have a regular crossbow, Witcher silver swords, Witcher steel swords. Okay, that is what we have. We have all the bombs enhanced, some of them upgraded a bit. Moon dust. It all comes back slowly to me. Cloud of gas, Dimeritium, cloud of Dimeritium, blocking magic abilities. Okay, so it's clear what we have. These are the submenus, like armor. Or you could also upgrade it with those glyphs, I guess. Yeah, these are glyphs. This is to repair your weapon and your armor. This is for the... yeah, the glyphs are for upgrading armor, and these runestones are for upgrading or getting some extra abilities to your weapon instead of the armor. Okay, and this is the weapon repair kit. So they are both weapon repair kits. So that means these are both armor repair kits. Yes. These are the oils, potions, and bombs we just checked out. This is our health replenishment. These are the quest items. This is the lamp to see ghosts. This is yeah, something from the main game. Eye of Nehaleni, and a letter of safe conduct. And we have a couple of hides here. Not sure why they were kept in. Are they? No, they are not even that valuable. But whatever. Wow, this music really gets me back in. Alright, we have crafting. Yeah, somehow I have a really big bunch of stuff still here. And also, holy shit, this stuff over here. Those mutagons, they are actually used, I think, to, yeah, what it says, enhance abilities or create mutagon decoctions, but it's mainly that enhanced abilities. This is what you use to upgrade your character, I guess. Alright, this is alchemy. Here we can make mutagon concoctions. And this is some alcohol stuff, and this is for upgrading the oils. This is for upgrading the mutagons. Then we have crafting. You can upgrade your armor here, but you need the components mentioned in the or listed in the middle section. And to the right it says what the stats are for each piece. We could, for instance, now make the feline boots or the griffin boots, and it's divided in boots. We have armor itself, so we can really make the feline or griffin armor. Chest armor, crafting components. You can also, the components you need to create an item like an armor piece, they themselves also have some tiered upgrade path or building path. You can create other components to make specific components required for your the item you want to create. That was here. The gauntlets, and probably again the feline and the griffin can be made. Griffin, no, the feline cannot. That is a bit weird, but griffin can be made. Then we have some junk, a haft, sword. We can make a feline sword and a griffin sword. And I think to the right you see the stats, and it says, for instance, minus 211 for the sword. I think that is compared to the currently equipped sword. So probably that basic sword that we have equipped is better than a feline or a griffin sword. Let's see what the feline sword. Yeah, that also seems to be doing less damage output. It does have some more specific features. The green percentages in the middle to the right, probably just like the griffin sword. Yeah, it has 2 green, 1 red percentage, or a specific item. But overall damage output is lower than what we have equipped. Ursine sword, same story, better specifics, less total output. That was the silver sword. Then we get to the steel swords, probably similar stuff going on. Yes, less strong. That's still a bit weird in my book. That means, for instance, the Ursine sword, it deals max of 224, and that's a steel sword. Let's see what we have currently equipped. Yeah, 276, the Witcher steel sword. So it's actually what the default Witcher swords we have are actually more powerful than... Oh, I'm going the wrong direction. Alright. Oh, this is because we had that spend point. Use L to select and God damn it, I wanted to get back to those swords, but I will continue after doing this. I cannot skip through this. Use L to select an ability, then develop it by pressing X. Okay. This is one of your core ability. It is always active. Perform fast melee attacks with either sword. Okay. Okay, so we can find... We can do an upgrade ability. Strong attack increased, fast attack increased, deflect arrows while parrying. That's actually pretty handy. Time slowed by an additional 50% while aiming the crossbow. Adrenaline points loss upon taking damage is lowered. I'm going with the fast attack increase. That's like the most, yeah, it's only 5% increase. But yeah, it's what what I use a lot, like fast attack. So let's go with it. For an ability to take effect, you must first activate it by placing it in any open ability slot. Inactive abilities will not have any effect. Clear. Select an ability, press A, then select empty slot and press A to activate it. Alright. Muscle memory. Here we go. You can deactivate abilities at any time and activate others in their place. Okay. Alright, so we did use our first... Holy shit, we have 43 points available. Man. That is going to take some upgrading. But let's first... Okay, this is the meditation screen. We'll get to there later. But we were over here. And we were near the swords, the steel swords. Indeed, it is these... Yeah, what were in the main game were pretty good swords. Are actually... now I understand. They are less powerful than the regular weapon that we got. But these are, of course, the basic versions of them. Afterwards, you can upgrade them to enhanced, to mastercrafted, and that's already... Mastercrafted is the turning point. Here, the feline sword becomes more powerful than what we have equipped. And superior is it's in the order below master after mastercrafted, but it's actually in the upgrade pathing. It's before it, because mastercrafted is, I think, the most powerful version of a weapon. But that only gives like 90% more damage output to what we currently have. Although the specific percentage increases are quite a bit more. Okay, that is the steel sword. Then we have the trousers, and we can also again make some trousers if we'd like. But I will keep the in the middle part you also have like these. If you grandmaster an item, you get extra bonuses. But we will just leave the gear for now for what it is. I will get back to it later. Where the hell are we now? In the... this is just another way to get through all the menus. For instance, I get into the menu by pressing the select button. And on top you have like the little sideways scrolling menu. That is the same as the one that is here. But yeah, just one level deeper into the menus. So I will show it one sec from here. What are all the options? We have like a glossary, which is now totally empty, or not totally actually. What the hell is this? Oh, this is the tutorial, I guess. Characters, it's all empty. It used to be fully full with all the characters from the main game, but I actually like it that it's now really like a fresh blank start. Books, empty. There were, I also had a lot of books, I remember. Is this crafting is inside this menu, which is a bit weird, I find, in the glossary menu. But whatever, it is there. Probably because it requires crafting schematics, which are categorized under the glossary. Then we have the alchemy menu, which I just demonstrated quickly. Like alchemy for those mutacon concoctions and to activate the ability points. I think you need alchemy stuff for that. Then we have like alcohol, we use that to create stuff, and oils that we can upgrade if we would like that. In the middle are the ingredients required to upgrade. Then what we have is, by the way, I'm saving the recording just to be sure, because my game PC can crash and it would be a waste if I lose everything. One sec. Alright, back in game. Now the inventory is the menu I also just scroll through. Bottom top right is our level, minimum level required for Blood and Wine 34. I think 0 out of 2000 is the progression towards the next level up. In the middle, on top, you have like this menu indicator. Then to the left, we have like our weight. We have a maximum carrying weight of 130. And our money, we actually, I think, it looks like quite a lot of money. I don't know whether these coins are inflated or whether their worth is the same in the Blood and Wine as in the main game. I assume so, and then it seems like quite a lot, so that's cool. Bottom right, we have Vitality, which is, I guess, the amount of health. And Toxicity is if you take potions, it increases your toxicity, and you cannot take any potions anymore once this is maxed out. And maybe there can even also be some detrimental effects when you're maxing out or exceeding your toxicity limit. This was the inventory. Then we have the map, which I quickly showed, and of course I have the mod with the that shows all the icons on the map immediately. I don't consider this a cheat. I find it simply way more efficient when you're trying to be a completionist. Because it could well be that on your way to somewhere you really pass by some kind of collectible or side objective really close by, and it then often makes sense to simply stop your primary objective and simply do that side. If you're in that neighborhood as well, just also first complete the side objective or collectible and then continue further on your primary path, because otherwise it is I do not fast travel. I try to avoid it. I'm not even sure whether it's possible on Death March difficulty. So if you are doing everything on roads on horseback, then it can be too inefficient. Like you're like in a spider web all over the map, like, oh, I'm going here, but and then missing out everything along the way. Then you go here and you find something here, and then over there, and then over there, and then back to where you came from. So having the more information displayed on the map is, in my book, a lot more efficient. And I'm actually not sure whether the treasures or the hidden locations are also already immediately displayed. Yeah, it does look like it. This is a hidden treasure, so it's displayed. But I also do not use the map that often. It's also it's not like that I'm using the map to just really like, oh, there's a hidden treasure, let's go there. Now I'm actually thinking it might be a bit of a cheat, this. I'm not sure, but in the main game when I went through it, I didn't feel like cheating at all, and I'm pretty sensitive to stuff like that, so it should be good, I guess. And I actually wonder whether this mod also works on the Blood and Wine map, but we will see. That was the map, and of course I already quickly earlier went through the to the bottom left to all the different map items, like the legends. Like you have the Armorer, Black Ship, Shopkeeper, Smuggler's Cage, Guarded Treasure, Bandit Camp, Persons in Distress, Hidden Treasure, Monster Nest Entrance, Quest Available, Quest Roach, Roach is our horse, Stash, a notice board, another notice board. I don't know why there are two entries. Seems a bit duplicate, but whatever. Signpost and custom markers. That are the options on the map. Then we have the quests, tracked quests, Envoys, Wine Boys. Look for a new contract on notice boards in Velen. That is what we're gonna do. And this is actually Heart of Stone, but I already completed that, so I'm not sure why that is in here right now, but probably that is because the DLC is installed. Let's read the main quest. It was a time when there seemed to be two Geralts. One was a celebrity, at least in certain circles, while the other remained a mercenary who did dirty work for coin. At any rate, both these Geralts happened on a contract of an unusual sort. Not least because it marked the start of a new adventure, and this adventure I will gladly relate. This is again, I think, from the perspective of Dandelion. The I, this is written down in the I sense. So I think that is not Geralt himself, because he refers to Geralt in the third person. This is somebody else, and I think it is Dandelion. That is the quests, and side quests will also pop up in this menu here. Then we have the character. This is the development screen that I will have to start using pretty quickly. Oh, we are immediately in another tutorial section. Let's go with it. I have to click a mutagen. Choose a mutagen placed in the indicated slot. Okay, I will go with the big one. Greater blue. Let's go with the greater red. 10% attack power. Here we go. There you go. Once activated, mutagons grant bonuses to your character statistics. Alright. Both mutagons and abilities are marked with a color. Put a mutagen in a field with at least one ability of the same color to increase its bonus. If an ability does not match the color of the mutagen in its field, it does not increase the mutagen's bonus. The increase gained from any other abilities in the same field which do match the mutagen remains. Percent of the gained from other in the same. Alright. Mutagons. The more abilities in a field that match the color of that field's mutagen, the greater the mutagen's bonus. Each matching ability increases the bonus by 100%. That's actually a lot. Mutagons can also be used to brew powerful potions called mutagen decoctions. Alright. So this is the level up screen where I really have to do some, where we have to get through soon, because we have 43 points available. And then lastly we have meditation, and meditation actually replenishes all the potions to full stock, and I think it also regenerates the health to max. I'm not sure on that last one, but I will show you. You can do it as long as you want, but I don't think there's any difference in effect for doing it for like half an hour or for like 24 hours. That is mainly used to for instance, if you want to wait till nighttime, you can use also the meditation menu to wait out the time. So I will now meditate for the first time to show you. It is now, we are at 4 p.m. and we will meditate till 5 p.m. Done. And that was actually the whole menu. So a good start is half of the work. The powers that Geralt has are fire throw. This one, for me, the left shoulder button. We have like this is like some kind of force. You can throw over enemies with that one. We have this one. I think it's called Axi. It hypnotizes enemies or creatures, making them slowly slow and a bit in their own dream state. And maybe you could also use it to have them attack each other. I'm not really sure. And we have the last one is I have a Quen, and Quen is like this magical shield that is handy for when you're in melee combat or sword combat. I'm not sure, but maybe in Blood and Wine there will be a new magic ability added. But, I'm not sure. For now we have 4. We have fire spitting, we have the wind blast, we have Axi, or that's this one, like the hypnotises, and we have like the magical shield. Then we have, I'm not sure which left D-pad is, not sure what the steel and silver sword is. Let's see if we can see that in the menu. No, not really. Whatever. The steel sword is best against humans. The silver sword is best against monsters. Ah, I can see it by its looks. So this sword has like this huge triangle before my hand, or triangle shaped hand cover. And that is, oh, wrong button. That is the silver sword. You can see it over here. That is what I was expecting. The other one is the steel one. So right D-pad is silver sword, left D-pad is steel sword. The A button is sprinting and interaction button. The B button, the red button, is jumping, or in combat rolling, I guess. The other two, oh yeah, the X button is a quick melee or sword swing, and the Y button, the yellow one, is the strong attack. So X is light attack, Y is strong attack. Then we have, I'm quickly running through it. Then we have the select button, I guess, is my menu. If I keep it pressed, I will get into the top level menu. The other one is the inventory, same button. Then the start button is the map. If I keep it pressed, if I hold it, I will get the character menu for the level up. And if I press the right thumbstick, nothing happens. If I keep it in, we get to alchemy. Alright. If I hold down the left thumbstick, nothing really happens. But if I double click it, then I will whistle for Roach, which is pretty handy. Then I do have like the right trigger now functions as a double alternative button assignment. So if I keep it in and I, for instance, do the light attack button, then it becomes the wind blow. And maybe if I press the thumbstick, then yeah, it gets to crafting. So if I press the right thumbstick while having the right trigger in, then it gets me to crafting. While if I regularly press the right thumbstick, it gets to alchemy. So that is the two button functions on that same thumbstick. Let's see if there's also an alternative function on the left thumbstick. Yes, then we get to Gwen, and Gwen is it's actually a really fun game. It is like this, the unique card game that the developers created for the in-game world, for a little bit of entertainment. A mini game, and it's an amazingly satisfying, fun game to play. So we will play that once we are in a tavern somewhere in the Blood and Wine world. Gwent players use their own customized decks. Use this panel to manage your decks. You can build one deck for each of the 4 factions: Nilfgaard, Northern Realms, Munster, and Scoia'tael. Use left button, right button to switch between factions. Each faction features a number of unique cards that encourage a different style of play. Each faction also has a faction perk. One wins any round that ends in a draw. The other grants an extra card after each victorious round. The others decide who takes the first turn of battle. The other keeps a random unit card on the battlefield after each round. Each deck has one leader. Press X to see the leader available for the currently viewed faction. These are the leaders. Pick an impenetrable fog from your deck and play it instantly. Press A to choose the highlighted leader card. Each leader has a unique ability used to turn the tide of battle in your favor. Leader cards that you do not own are locked. They will be available for you to use once you acquire them. Okay, let's get this one. Hey, I wasn't ready yet with my other tutorial before this other pop-up before this one, but whatever. All the cards you own which can be used with this faction are shown here. Cards currently in this faction deck appear here. So the left is card collection, right is cards in the deck. Deck composition rules. A deck must consist of at least 22 unit cards. It can also contain up to 10 special cards. You can include more than 22 unit cards in your deck, but remember that doing so decreases your chance of drawing your most powerful cards. Your deck is currently 2 unit cards short, as indicated by the red number. I think it's 4 unit cards short instead of 2, but you must move 2 unit cards from your collection, left side, to the faction's current deck, right side. Alright. 1, 2. Okay, and now suddenly the tutorial stops. It's a bit weird. But it doesn't matter because we weren't about to get into Gwen anyways. I was just showing about the controls. I still have the right trigger button is use your equipped item. And that's the crossbow for now. If I keep it held, then you can manually aim the crossbow. Like so. Then we have the left trigger button. Oh yeah, that was fire breath. The left shoulder button are this. The right and left shoulder buttons that were. The left trigger is Witcher Sense, which we use when we will do investigations. It's mostly used to follow blood trails and stuff like that, or footsteps and stuff. Then we have the, if I press the right trigger and D-pad up, we get into the weapon wheel. You have multiple items in your pockets. You can switch between them using the mouse, but whatever. I don't use the mouse now. I'm playing on the controller. Quick access menu. Use R to change the bolts used with your crossbow. Okay. Here you see all the temporary effects active at the current moment. I disabled the HUD, so I don't see it. I will simply have to remember it. That's to increase the immersiveness for a video playthrough. So this is the weapon wheel. Normally in the game, without my control mods installed, you have to super cumbersome. You have to go into this menu each time you want to change power. And currently I can way more quickly use powers just all I want by pressing the appropriate hotkey or key combination. I do have to use the weapon wheel, of course, to change, for instance, the item equipped. I'm not sure what this one is. That's also for items. These are the bombs that I can have equipped. These here you can also change the ammunition of the crossbow, and these are actually the powers. And now I actually noticed that there is one extra power that I didn't use. Igni is fire, Quen is the shield, Axi is hypnosis, Art is now I remember. Yeah, Art is the wind blow. Earden is actually some kind of magical circle that in which enemies become more vulnerable. A magic trap. It actually says so in the description. A protective shield deals fire damage, influences opponents' minds, telekinetic blasts, and blinds opponents with... Oh, this is the bomb, of course. Okay, so but I have to check out what the hotkey is for Earden, actually. Let's check it out. Yes. Earden is the left shoulder button with the right trigger. So this is the magic circle. And if you upgrade all the, you can also upgrade your magical powers, and I guess then the magic circle will remain for longer or will become a bit wider in diameter. Anyways, that were the controls, I guess. I'm gonna check out one more, maybe. No, this is just the weapon. That's the other weapon. Then we have D-pad down. Oh yeah, that's the hotkey for, if you look here, I have Swallow and Thunderbolt equipped as my potions, and alternatively also a dumpling and a Tony oil. If I quickly press D-pad up, I will take this one, I guess. If I quickly press it down, I take this one. If I hold it for a couple of seconds up, I will instead take the Tony oil, and if I hold it down for a couple of seconds, the down one, I will take a dumpling. So let's check that last one. 43 we have now. I will hold down the D-pad, and now it should be 42, and it is. So that is actually also with that control mod that we have these hotkeys on the D-pad, and we have to remember or go into the menu to see what we have equipped. Normally that is displayed in the HUD, but as mentioned, I am all for immersiveness. I genuinely dislike modern games with the overly distracting HUD setups with like score counters and arrows and objective markers and flashy disco ball items. It's a total nuisance in my book, so I always try to make the HUD elements as minimal as is feasible, as still is manageable to be playable. Of course, you do sometimes need certain elements to function, to be able to function properly in game. But if it's not required at all, I will disable them. So this really is an introductory episode. We went through the controls to the menus. We are in Velen and we are about to embark on our mission. So let's start that mission. We have to get to a notice board, but everything is a bit burned down in this little village. 1 second. So I am going to have to find it myself. For instance, when you would have a HUD, when you would have had a HUD, it would probably already highlighted it and you go here, blah blah blah. And without the HUD, you can actually have way more gratification or a feeling of accomplishment when figuring stuff out yourself. For instance, now I really had to look a bit where was the signpost was. It's over here. But I like that way more than simply doing, being like foolproof, being guided towards each and every objective. Let's talk to this lady. She is crying. Let's leave her alone. The graphics still look pretty cool, I must say. Okay, let's find the notice. Warning. Notice. Kind folk, no. Missing wife, no. I read them all, but this is part of the main game, so we are only focusing on Blood and Wine. So let's take it. It's this one. Appeal to Sir Geralt of Rivia. The bridge is crushed. Geralt of Rivia, at the behest of our merciful sovereign, her illustrious grace Anna Henrietta, we have journeyed to the northern realms to lay before you our mission. A terrible monster has appeared in the Duchy of Toussaint. That's, by the way, the name of the location where Blood and Wine takes place, of the county. A beast that has committed heinous crimes against her grace's subjects. Only the most famous among witchers has the ability to destroy the beast. Thus we humbly beseech you to appear in the village of Holloway, where we shall await you in full hope that you will deign to hear of our woes and liberate our land from the clutches of fear. Your humble servants, Sirs Palmerine de Lonefall and Milton de Perec Perrin, knights in the service of her grace and the duchy. Alright. Appeal to Sir Geralt of Rivia to bridge his crest. Actually, this is not really what I like, these quest updates. Those should be off as well. Not? One moment. Video HUD configuration. Yeah, I could also simply turn the HUD off fully. That's another option. See how far we get. It really is crosshairs. Yeah, that one should be on only. HUD size. Visibility, I could turn it off, but I now have the config file set to read only, so I have to get out of the game to turn it off. I will maybe consider that later on, so we don't have those annoying objective updates. Let's get to where we have to go. Let's check the map. Is it over here? Invoice Wine Boys. Yes, so we have to get to the right, to the east.
Come on, Roach.
Come on, Roach. No, to the east, I said. Let's just go cross country. Screw it all. Man, it's been a long while. My last save, I noticed in The Witcher, was from July 2017. Who the hell is that? Ah, it's a monster, wait. But I already killed so many of those during the main playthrough. I'm really not gonna bother anymore. Let's focus on Blood and Wine. It's our standalone game. Here, all those treasures are respawned. I actually took them out already all. Holy shit. Fighting going on. Anyway, let's see if we are heading in the right direction. No, not at all. I do that so often. So we again have to go... Now we have to go left. I will just follow the road, that's easier. I will follow this road. But I will not engage. See you later. I'm not sure whether to the right was the correct one. We also could have gone left, but it seems to be pretty okay. I hope. No. No. God damn it, no, I don't want to fight. I'm not upgraded at all yet. Am I going the right direction? No, not at all. I'm doing this whole detour. Now we are again, so let's just continue. Roach, come on, man. Take it easy. Where was the road? Is this a road? Yes, it surely is. No, I already cleared out all the bandit camps in the main game. Oh, sorry guys. What the hell is this? I don't even remember this faction.
That's it, Roach.
Whatever. See you later, dudes.
Slow now.
Let's check it out. Are we nearing? A bit. Come on, Witcher.
Whoa there, Roach.
I
Come
think
on.
we have to go left somehow. What's it here?
Hey there.
Yes, I do think so, because I actually in the main game I already activated Blood and Wine once, just to see how Toussaint looked. So I do remember how it starts. It's with these two guys. And the only thing is that before starting it, I am going to have to level up, because I know that we will have to get into a fight before we get to Toussaint. We will be bum rushed by a couple of dudes in this little village over here, and that is a really hard fight. So without any upgrades, I'm pretty sure that will be very hard. So I do have, first let's check the time. Yeah, I do still have like 20 minutes or so. Yeah, there are their horses. These are the two dudes that came from Toussaint. Here they are, beautiful horse armor. Yeah, I am afraid that I will have to level up first, because on Death March those enemies really are a pain in the ass. So let's level up. I think it was thumbstick down, right? No. Let's try another one with the trigger. No, that's crafting and alchemy. What was the thumbstick down one? Or the character? Oh, this. It's holding start button. Okay, we have 43 points. We can. We have. A couple. We have like a couple of greater mutagans and a lot of smaller ones. This is the general category. We have alchemy, we have science, and we have combat. I think it is good to also level up combat. Why not? Just increase that damage output. Upgrade. Okay, upgrade, upgrade, upgrades. Alright. Strong attack. Why not? Upgrade, 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 upgrade. Then crossbow attacks. I actually forgot what the button was for parrying. I will have to check that out, because that's an important button. Also to deflect arrows. Deflect arrows while parrying. Yeah, that is a handy one. I'm going with that, because otherwise it's super annoying. Perfectly timed parries reflect arrows back. That's super annoying when you are in a close-up sword fight and further off a guy is spraying you with arrows. That's it's good if you can deflect those from a distance. Then we have reflexes, time slowed while aiming. No, I don't care. Adrenaline points. This is more of the adrenaline points. Skill 3. Alright, this is also this crossbow category. Damage from hits while dodging. is reduced. Sounds like a pretty good one. This is defense. Yeah, that could be a good one. This is increases strong attack critical hit chance. Critical hits. Yeah. I will just leave those two for now. Oh yeah, these ones are not really red because I haven't activated them yet. I am going to activate this one. That will also increase our mutagen attack power to 30% of the mutagen. No, I will leave those critical chance for now. This one looks like a good one. Damage while dodging is reduced. Yeah, let's go with that one. Damage while dodging is reduced by 40. Yeah, it's actually a pretty good one. And let's activate it. And we have attack power plus 40%. Pretty good. That was the combat menu. Then we go to the science menu. Art, which is a pretty handy one. Increases art range. I could do that. Damage dealt by Igni weakens the armor. I'm going with Igni. I like Igni. Just gonna max this one out. Then we have sign duration. Increases signs duration by 5 seconds. Number of alternate. Oh, this is Earden. What was Earden? That is the magical circle, I guess. So it will take longer. Circle. Let's just take that one as well. That's handy. Number of alternative mode charges. Alright. Then we have exploding shield. Quench shield pushes opponents back when it breaks. That one is also pretty handy. Let's take that. Quench shield pushes opponents back and deals damage when it breaks. Yeah, why? Yeah, let's see what the other one is. Target does not move towards Geralt while he's casting Axie. Also increases the effectiveness of Axie in dialogues. Alright, let's take that one. Handy as hell. Activate over here. What was this one again? Quen. Over there. Earden. Over here. Igni. Over there. Let's assign some color mutagons. One over here. And another one over there. Alright. Then we are continuing with the upgrades. Far-reaching art. Yeah, it's actually handy, but I will leave it for now. By the way, all the signs also have an alternate mode. I guess by holding the button in Pletsof instead of just pressing it. Next level, alternate sign, continuous stream of fire. I never really used that one. Alternate sign, damages and slows enemies within a 10-yard radius. Ah, that's that magic trap, which is actually pretty handy. Destroys projectiles. But what does the regular Earden do? Slows enemies who enter its area of effect. And the alternate one is damages and slows enemies. Ah, okay, so it also damages them. Sounds pretty cool. Create an active shield, maintaining it and blocking attacks drains stamina. Damage absorbed by the shield restores player vitality. Can be handy, but we'll leave it for now. Alternate sign mode. Targeted enemy briefly becomes an ally and deals 20% more damage. That one is also pretty handy. Let's use it. Or shall I not use it? I have no idea actually. So many options. So many choices. This one is maxed out. Art range. Yeah. How often do I use art? Yeah, I do use art a lot. Let's go with it. And we have so many options. Let's just take it a bit further and activate it. So we have art. This was Earden and it increases sign duration. Yeah, let's increase this one as well. And the alternate, I will leave all the alternate options for later in game. Quench shields pushes the opponents back. How far can we upgrade this one? 2 out of 2. When it's light brown, it's maxed out. Yeah, let's just go with this one as well, and that one. And what's this? What does this do? Yeah, let's go with Axie as well. Everything maxed out as regards the first tier of signs. Alright, then we have Alchemy. Increased potion overdose threshold. Oil applied to blades gives a 3% chance of poisoning target on each head. Chance is greater the higher the level. Time is slowed a further 50% while aiming bombs. Every known level 1 alchemy formula increases maximum toxicity by 1. If toxicity is above 0, time automatically slows when an enemy is about to form a counter attack. Alright, so we have Trial of the Grasses. Withstand toxicity. Mutation. This is new abilities. Bomb creation. Create bombs. Oil preparation. Create oils for your sword. Brewing. Create potions. Each potion dose imbibed doesn't wear off. 20% of activating another effect. Okay, I will dive into this all later. They are really interesting, but it's I think this whole menu is all about creating duration and strength of potions and bombs and stuff like that. Alright. Alright, I'm just too curious to... I want to go through them all, but it's also not fun to watch in the playthrough. I don't expect anyone to watch at all, but you never know. If you're watching, I appreciate it, absolutely. By the way, you also see that these next tiers are locked off yet. And that is also the case for the last two tiers in combat and science. Here we have alchemy, then we have the general one, and these are the mutagons. So I do think there were some cool general ones. During the day, vitality regenerates when not in combat. Yeah, so that is like self-regenerating during the day, so you don't need to eat all the food. Can be pretty handy. We have 15 points and we have 20 abilities over here, so we cannot take them all. Increases maximum vitality by 500. Now, 500, it looks like a lot, so let's take that one. Each piece of light armor increases critical hit. Medium armor and heavy armor, maximum vitality and sign intensity. Okay, so medium armor is about signs, light armor is about hits, damage, and heavy armor is about health. Crossbow bolts now deal 25% more damage. Why not? If your current stamina level is too low, signs can be cast using adrenaline points. No, I will just leave them, and you will negate your adrenaline. One moment, have to drink something. Adrenaline points also increase sign intensity instead of only weapon damage. That sounds like a good one. Increases maximum toxicity by 30% points. Why not? Then we have... Oh shit, I do have to equip these, of course. I can take them all, but I should also equip them. Maximum inventory weight, I don't need that yet. Instead of the battle trance now increases critical hits. Damage dealt by a bomb's explosion generates adrenaline points. You can shoot one additional bolt. If available, adrenaline points will be consumed to reduce the toxicity cost of drinking potions. The bonus from a place of power lasts indefinitely, but only one such bonus can be active at a given time. Eating food regenerates vitality for 20 minutes. Yeah, that's an important one. I do have to take this one. So... Thank you. Otherwise, you can of course also not have regenerating health and use potions. But at one point the potions you have to meditate a lot, I guess. Yeah, maybe this one is not that important if you use potions, but I do use quite some food in big battles in the main playthrough, so probably I will have to activate this one at one point in time. You ignore bomb and special bolt effects. Bomb damage is increased by 200. Each defensive action generates adrenaline points. Parries 0.1. Counterattacks. I do have to remember counterattacks. There's a I don't remember how to activate them, but I do remember they do a lot more damage. So I must use them. And also, I think if you have a perfect parry, then afterwards you can counterattack, but I'm not really sure on that. Dodges 0.3 and rolls cannot be activated more than once every 5 seconds. Sounds like a good one, this one. I think I am going to activate that one. Or let's put it there. Let's see if there are any other ones. Adrenaline points, increase weapon and sign, increases toxicity. Yeah, I'm not going to go that much into potions right away, so leave that one. Crossbow bolts, I'm not really going. Yeah, I could do that. I'm not really going full range, but yeah, it could be handy anyways. Increases maximum vitality. Let's take that one. And my question is whether I am going for another blue ability, in the field right below, to the right and down below, or whether I will do that food regenerates health thingy. Let's do the food thingy. Or no, let's see. First let's do a mutagen thingy over here. I'm not sure there is no brown mutagen, so we cannot like multiply our effects, I guess. Whatever. What the hell? I was in the wrong thingy. That one needs to go there. And we are now over here, and let's, I don't think the color makes a difference. 10% attack power we can do, or we can have 10 plus 150 vitality. Let's do attack power. Alright. And then this ability, maybe I have to max it out. Damage from hits received while dodging is reduced. Yeah, so that will take 3 points. Oh, god damn it. Let's just max that one out. That's this one. That will be good for the dodging. And we can also have 6 points for a blue one. So, art. Knockdown chance is 25% lower. We have alternate fire stream. Damages and slows enemies. Creates an active shield. No. Alternate sign, targeted enemy becomes an ally. I'm going with the Earden one. That's actually a good one. That actually damages enemies within the Earden circle. So 1, 2, 3. Damage increased by 50%. Okay. And that's activated. Hello, hello. Alright, we are upgraded. I'm not really certain I did the correct thing, but yeah, there are so many choices and I don't want to linger too long with everything. Let's see our inventory. What do we have equipped? We have equipped vitality regeneration. We have equipped an increase of attack power. We have increased. We have food. Did I do that? Food regenerates health. No, I don't think so. Huh? I didn't do it. No. So that food is actually not really relevant unless I switch it out for something else. Let's see. Increases vitality. Crossbow bolt damage. Defensive action generates adrenaline points. Yeah, I'm not... okay, let's just first try to get around with simply the poison. And not the food, so then I could just as well remove the dumpling from here, but I will keep it. And tawny oil is stamina regeneration. So those three we can use. The bombs, we have a blinding one and shrapnel damage. I was thinking about going not with not with a blinding one. I want to go with a fiery one. A fiery explosion. That sounds like a good one. So we have dimmer, we have dancing star, and we have grape shots. Shrapnel damage and fire damage. Sounds pretty good. In our pockets we don't have anything, but I actually like it. I'm actually, I think, glad that we started all over instead of continuing my character, existing character. We are getting more and more ready to get into the DLC. First we have to fight off those guys. What I am going to try is simply turn off the HUD fully, because somehow I do find it a bit unimmersive, the HUD. like you see in the top left, and also those quest updates. They're too unimmersive. So actually, what I am going to do is I am going to change out this one. Defensive action generates adrenaline points with the one with the food regenerates health, because that allows me to simply take a lot of food, eat it, a lot of it, and then my health will regenerate, which will diminish the necessity to check my health bar that often. I can simply take a chance, like I will take some food and I know, okay, I maybe will be hit, but it will also recover over time my health. And then if I get like really almost fatal blows, then I will simply take a poison. So with that food and like the potion, not poison, potion, those two combined, probably you don't really even need the health bar that much. So I'm simply gonna try it with the HUD fully off. So we are somewhat ready. I'm gonna save the game, 1 sec. Let's see if F5 works. Should work, yes. Let's see over here. Save created with this version of the game will be incompatible with previous game versions. Whatever. Here we go. Game is saved. I am going to go out of the game and disable all the HUD. So I will stop the recording for a sec, but we'll get back right in. Then we will do the fight. And after that we will head to Toussaint. And that will be probably also the end of episode 1 and the start of episode 2. Looking forward, we'll be right back in a sec. See you. Alright guys, I'm back. Next day, same episode. Had to do some 8 hours of work in between. I'm a pitiful wage slave. But of course that's all relative, those luxury problems. I mean, a lot of people want a job and don't even can get a job, so I should not complain. Anyhow, I totally disabled the HUD. So also when drinking potions, let's see how many we have. 4 and 3 over here. I will demonstrate getting a vitality potion. No HUD is appearing with the vitality bar to the top left. It will be harder because during the fight I of course have not a good idea how low on my health I am, but I will just try to guesstimate that, because it's all about immersion in my playthroughs, and I think the less HUD as possible, the least HUD as possible, or however you say that grammatically correct, the better for immersion. Like now we are, the full screen is dedicated to the game world and not with distracting super bright bars and icons and flashy circles and whatever. So that was about that, and I guess we will have to get into the fight and get to Toussaint, to pronounce it correctly in French. Toussaint. J'habite en Toussaint. I had some French in high school, 20 years ago. Alright, anyhow, let's go and... Oh no, first we have to meditate. 1 sec. I forgot what the meditation button is. Maybe it is this? Yes. Alright, let's... This I do to replenish our... thingies. And with thingies I mean potions. And maybe it's also good, I will try to see if we have that, this one equipped. This is, yeah, eating food regenerates vitality. So I can simply, before the battle starts, I will take some food, And hopefully then during the fight my vitality slowly, when I get hit, it slowly regenerates, which is good. I do have to check out whether I have good food equipped. Not that I have lots of a choice, because I only have water, which regenerates 50 vitality. Also during combat, and it's 10-second effect. And what I have here is 50-50 5 seconds effect. So I am going with the water instead of the dumplings. They are more effective. It lasts twice as long. I am going to apply the D-pad up for vitality regeneration. This is increases attack power. I am gonna apply this one. This is when I get hit, or I'm gonna apply it before the battle starts as well. Some water. And we have Tony oil for stamina regeneration. I am also going to apply that one, I guess. A bit extra stamina can never hurt. We have a fire bomb equipped and a shrapnel bomb equipped. So for the rest we are at the default starting gear, but the base damage output of these weapons work quite well. I will use the steel weapon, and I guess that is about it. The only thing that I should mind is, of course, we have now the fire bomb equipped, which is fine. I should not forget to use the shield. Yeah, it has been a long while, so I have to get to grips with the combat mechanics again. I will use Earden to slow them down and damage them, the enemies in the Earden circle. I can use a bit of fire. I could use Axie if I'm feeling creative. And I could also blow enemies, topple them over, and then you can one hit kill them if they're lying on the ground with the kinetic blast. So that are the options. But what I should not forget, this is annoying, if I press back B, it's also the jump button. So if I'm in the menu, no, not this menu, but this menu, and I want to, oh, I can simply do the same combination to get back, because if I press B, oh, sometimes, well, now he doesn't do it, but sometimes he also jumps, like it's a double function, returning to in-game, but also activating the jump animation. Anyways, what I also should not forget is how the parrying works again in-game. I forgot. I know that X is the fast attack, Y is the strong attack, and B button is dodging. But there is also a parrying mechanic, and I think it is the left trigger, which usually is Witcher sense, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Anyways, let's get into the game. Let's quickly check if she has something to say. No, but I can get some dwarven spirits from those barrels. Always good. That's actually something I forgot. I could check out this whole place out, but I don't think there's that much. And we are not here for to explore Velen. We are merely here to get to Toussaint. On y va à Toussaint, meaning we are going to Toussaint. Alright, let's speak to the overdressed knights from Toussaint.
Geralt of Rivia.
Ha! Sit with us, Witcher.
Found your message on a notice board.
You see, Palmerin? I told you. The griffin at White Orchard. I knew that were we only to follow the tracks of its slayer, we would in the end find Geralt.
Milton de Peyrac Peyrin and Palmerin de Lawnful. Good to see you both. Been years.
Be assured, we share your joy.
You must forgive us our surroundings. When we pledged to place the village under our protection, the village elder gave us this hut as our lodgings. He swore it is the best hut in the village.
Get involved in some squabble?
We discovered that in retreating, the Redanian garrison that left this land still is at the mercy of numerous plagues. A tyranny of bandits, the most onerous among them. These plunderers shall soon descend on this village to collect tribute. Milton and I will dissuade them.
We are both sworn to fight injustice and oppression wherever they rear their heads. The matter does not concern you, of course, but do us the kindness of waiting. Once we have dealt with these marauders, we have a matter we must present to you.
So, plan to go out and meet the bandits when they arrive? Fight them?
Parmeran wishes first to appeal to their sense of decency. But I expect they will be deaf to this.
Yeah, completely.
We must afford them a chance to stand down. Many a hardened outlaw has left the path of wrongdoing upon hearing words of admonition.
Doesn't happen in these lands. Ever.
If they do not heed my reprimand, we at least will know we have done all within our means to evade bloodshed.
Fine. Naturally, I'll help when Palmerin's rhetoric falls on deaf ears.
Excellent. Then we've but to wait for the rogues to arrive.
They's a coming!
Hear that? Your bandits have arrived.
Let us go out to greet them.
Poor kitty.
Hark! Contemptible cars!
He mean us?
I, Palmerin de Launfal, call upon you to repent. Set your hearts. Do you not see that they are blackened?
Regular punch and duty here.
To prey upon commoners is no honor. To loot their meager stores, abandon the path of shame, and we will spare you.
What an asshole.
Right, good jest, that. Had us a laugh. Now,
I
fuck
do
off or we lose our patience and you lose something else.
remember this fight to be really hard.
Wait, Zorg. These lads are a lark. Mayhaps they know some tricks.
Oi, players! Can you toss balls all loopity like? Or do that thing where one spits fire while the other farts?
Noble Palmerin's giving you a chance. Now I'm gonna give you some advice. Do what he says,
Or what?
or you'll find yourself fighting knights errant in the pay of the Duchess of Toussaint. And they eat scum like you with their morning porridge.
There's 3 of them. 2 turtled up in armor. We'll come back later.
Some wench sent them. Folk will say we's afeard of wenches and jesters.
Ooh, insulted the Duchess. Not good.
Indeed, we cannot let the affront go unpunished. I swear upon the Heron you will pay with your own blood.
By the crane, villains, ready your arms!
I must say that the holy shit. Bad frame rates. Holy shit. Hey, my flame is not working. Oh. What the hell was the flame button? God damn it. Why is the flame not working? Ah, okay. Wrong button. Okay, I was just screwing about. really bad. I also forgot to take water. Let's see if I can do a better job and also use the magical barrier, actually, the shield, which I didn't do. Oh man, does it auto-save? I hope so. Do we have to get through all the dialogue again? And I also forgot, I will do that after this episode, but I will put on VSync because there's, I think, quite a bit of screen tearing going on. And there was a pretty big frame drop with this fight, but... Alright. Let's take some water. Oh shit, I cannot take it during combat, I think. But let's take the other ones. So that will be this one, this one. Oh. Let's do a magic circle. Let's not forget to take a bit of... Ah, fuck. It is really a hard fight. Especially that... that crossbow guy from the back. I have to use more dodging than I already do. And of course I have to use, what I again forgot, is the shield.
Bad idea.
You see, that really helps. The Quen. Oh. Holy fuck. You see, that crossbow dude? Actually, I should get him first. He's over here. Okay, one crossbow dude down. Let's get the hell out of here. I know I'm not fighting good at all, but whatever. I don't know who hit me, but I think it was again a crossbow bolt. You see, there's another dude with the crossbow. Okay, that's a one-shot kill. God damn it! Come on, bros. See you later, dude. Ah, here's the crossbow dude. Alright, let's have some... Holy shit! Who got to me? Oh, there's another crossbow dude. God damn it. They are annoying. Let's get out of his range. Let's let them get to me. Ooh, that was actually again the wrong button. Such an asshole. Right. Let's now have a bit of fun. Holy shit. Ooh, I do need some shield now. Okay. Come on, bro. He's pretty sturdy. Wow, this guy is sturdy. Let's... Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Fuck, over here. Nice. I have no idea. I do think that I will try to parry. Here. That's what I mean. Let's try to parry again.
Let's end.
Alright. Goes relatively well.
I shall make petty of you!
Woo! Alright.
Do they not emerge? It is over. We have banished the scoundrels.
That was pretty frantic.
Warned you it'd be like this. Fear you as much as they did the bandits now. Sorry, no fanfares and flowers. You're not in Toussaint.
Ah, it is true what folk claim. In the north, no noble deed goes unthwarted. It is time to go home.
And we shall, my friend.
Come, Geralt. It's time we delivered our message.
In-game voice volume is a bit low. Not my own voiceover, but the dialogue. Compared to the music, I find.
So fess up. What brings you such a long way?
We are to deliver Her Grace the Duchess's message in full, with all due ceremony. For tradition
is sacred in Toussaint. All right, fine.
Most honorable Geralt, slayer of monsters and all evils nefarious, which prey on the defenseless of this world. Whereas never have you been known to deny help to the innocent, nor leave widows and orphans to fates undeserved. Answer you now our present summons. Free us from the beast which floods our streets with blood, and sows panic in the hearts of rich and poor alike. Come to our aid, Witcher. Thus humbly beseeches you the Star-Crossed City's most gracious protectress, Her Illustrious Highness, Duchess Anna Henrietta.
Shall you answer her call?
Let's
Might
get...
be the most fervent request that I take a contract ever. And the most polite. And now we've got all that behind us. I want to hear more about this beast. Some kind of monster? Just guessing.
Most assuredly, though no one has caught a good look at it as yet. Our only sure witnesses. Bodies massacred in a brutal, horrid manner.
Look, some sketches drafted from descriptions given by those who claim they glimpsed the beast. Each quite different. To my mind, these witnesses lie.
How many victims so far?
2. When Her Grace learnt of the second, she discharged us immediately to fetch you, promising grants of land and fortunes in gold, should you answer her summons.
An ill wind blows, Geralt. The beast cannot be tracked. Folks say it wields black magic. Also, both victims were nobly born, and the start of a tourney draws near.
Let's get some more information. Tourney. I don't know what that is.
Mentioned a tourney.
Tourney
Why doesn't the Duchess just call it off?
Simply, it is too late. The guests have arrived. The best knights of all lands, relatives of the Emperor. The beast could be a threat to others, not just to Her Grace's subjects.
Got it. Before an aristocrat dies, at best it's a scandal. At worst, a diplomatic incident. Beast wields black magic? What makes you say so?
The first victim vanished between bites at a feast. Of the feast-goers, none noticed this. They saw but an open window, then heard desperate cries from the street below, where a corpse had just been found.
The second killing, similar. A knight in a locked room. Servants all about the house. Guards all around the estate. Yet the beast somehow got him out, dragged him to the town square, and killed him there. No one saw, nor heard a thing.
We have no fear of creatures against which sword and shield protect. But of this beast, nothing is known. Save that it cannot be traced, kills effortlessly, and with no rhyme or reason we can discern.
Anyone tried to hunt it? Knights errant, for example?
Ha! Many have tried. Baiting, waiting in ambush, but to no avail.
The beast is clever. It evades all traps and attacks of a sudden. It is like a ghost.
An experienced tracker. This is what we need, with knowledge of monsters. In short, we need you.
I'll take the contract.
I sometimes think back to all the contracts I've ever taken from sovereigns. Can't name hardly any where I came out ahead.
You cannot be thinking to refuse.
No. Just struck by a thought. How the Duchess can sometimes be... demanding.
So you accept the contract. Excellent!
We must set off at once. We long wanted this land searching for you. Yet time is of the essence.
Ready to go, soon as you're packed.
Ha! Then post-haste to Toussaint.
To Toussaint!
Yoo-hoo! On our way to Toussaint. Potion of Clearance returns all spent ability points and let you redistribute them as you wish. That's actually pretty fun. I will take one of those to change things up probably. Alright, in the beautiful country of Toussaint. Different climate, way more sunny. Way more colorful.
The land of love and light.
Exactly how I remembered it.
You will find Beauclair's changed some these past years.
Walk about when you have the chance. You will see for yourself.
To me, place always seemed straight out of a fairy tale. Knights errant, elven palaces.
You insinuate that we are somehow odd? I shall prove you wrong. This I pledge on the Heron.
Immediately we have a monster. Right, I think this is a monster, so we need a silver sword. Or is this a humanoid? I have no idea. Ah, it's a silver. He already takes his silver sword out. Let's check out Okay, we are fully replenished with potions. So I am, again, I forgot what they did. This one is attack power, the other one is stamina. So let's take these 3. So that is
Watch
1,
out! I swore
1,
I'd kill
and
a
1.
monster. All for one and one for all.
Holy shit. Holy fuck. Oops. See you later. Holy shit. Okay, Axie didn't do a lot. Holy fuck. I have no idea how hurt I am. Holy fuck. Hello. Can I get the hell out of here? By the way, I was thinking about something. And that is, let's check out the glossary and the bestiary, or they will only appear here once we have killed it. So now I'm not sure what its weaknesses are. That's a bummer. So let's simply continue. God damn it. God damn it. It's a bit annoying fight this. Hello. Okay, we got some good hits in over there. Right. God damn it. God damn it! Come on, bro. God damn it. Poor sheep. God damn it. All right. Woohoo! See you later, bugger. This was Guillaume de L'Enfant.
Tackling single-handed? None too wise.
Neither is love born of wisdom. So, Guillaume, outfit it. Which fair damsel inspired you to vow to kill that filth?
The most beautiful among them.
If he wishes to guard her name a secret, he need not reveal it.
You I do not know, sir, nor seem you a knight, yet still I am profoundly grateful, nay, indebted to you for your succor. This trophy, sir, is yours.
That's a pretty annoying accent. Glad to take the trophy. You did well against a giant. How a giant wind up here? Shall I take the trophy? No, let's. The other guys helped out as well. Why should I only get the trophy? So let's just skip that part. How did a giant wind up here? Hello?
A giant this close to human settlements? Strange.
Well, that was no ordinary giant. His name was Goliath, rumored to have been a knight once, but one who broke his vows. For this, the Lady of the Lake transformed him into a wild giant and banished him into the Gorgon Hills.
So he came back down? Why?
Several times each year, hunger chased him into the lowlands. Goliath had killed and devoured many shepherds. Guillaume's hunt served a noble cause. At any rate, it's a tale for more agreeable environs.
I'll take the trophy. Why not? Could find someone who'll pay to buy it. Put up a good fight against the giant. Got experience battling monsters?
None. In Toussaint we mostly chase bandits. But I vowed I'd bring my heart's champion the head of a monstrosity, as the famed Gottfried, known as the Giant Killer, did.
You don't mean to hunt the beast, I hope. The matter's best left to Geralt.
Another challenge awaits me. Yet if Geralt is to hunt the beast, he ought to know. It struck again. The river surrendered a corpse. It washed up in the meander by the cockatrice. Damien de la Tour's guardsmen are there already, securing the area.
Securing the area? Better go there now before they trample any tracks, manhandle any evidence.
Set forth then. I shall ride for the city to inform her gracious magnificence that Geralt has arrived. We'll meet later, near Guillaume's tent at the tourney grounds. I shall take you then to see her grace.
Alright, alright. Let's do some butchering. Alright, this is a good end, I guess, to finish this introductory episode. We are now at the DLC location. We are going to get to that bodies location that was just mentioned. We just killed Goliath. And by the way, I still have those updates, those mission updates. The problem is I could totally turn off the HUD, but then I do not have a crosshair anymore for the crossbow, and aiming without a crosshair is actually really hard. But to be frank, Maybe I actually simply like it. Let's just try it out. Let's go here. Let's go there. Let's go here and there. And then HUD visibility off. Thank you very much. You see, this is I have no idea where the arrow goes when you try shooting, but maybe I could get a bit accustomed with it. So it's actually, yeah, I think a couple of centimeters to the right and 1 or 2 centimeters above the end of the crossbow where it will end. Let's just see, but at least we have the HUD now fully turned off. What did hit me now is always when I play this game, it's not like a competition, but I do get melancholic feelings towards Skyrim. I'm only like 40-30% into Skyrim. I'm doing all the side quests into the main storyline. I'm not that far at all. I have been modding it for like 1.5 years or maybe 2 years straight without really like modding. It became more of an activity than actually playing the game. It was really cool on the Nexus forums. Oh, mutations and Grandmaster Witcher gear. In Blood and Wine you can undergo additional Witcher mutations to unlock new capabilities. Soon you will run into a messenger who will deliver a very interesting letter. Read it and investigate the story of Professor Moreau to learn more about these mutations. They say a master craftsman lives in Toussaint who can craft Witcher gear of unequaled quality. What's more, you receive special bonuses for wearing all or part of a set of this extraordinary equipment. You will not regret investigating these new options. Nice. But I was really modding it. I even made 2 mods myself. One to have like a minimal crosshair, and the other to bring back the color palette of the original Skyrim in the Skyrim Special Edition. But all the other mods that I did in the original Skyrim, they more or less came obsolete when the Special Edition came out, with enhanced graphic, enhanced lighting, enhanced textures, and that was what my modding was all about. Keep the game as close to original as possible, to the original art design, but simply step it up a bit with more NPCs, the higher resolution textures, stuff like that. But not adding anything that takes away from the original vibe. And actually, the special edition was just that. It didn't take away the original vibe, but it enhanced the game at many different levels, except for the color palette of the skybox, which became way too tropical. It was not gritty anymore, Skyrim. It became, it was almost like this sky. And I found a way to, after messing about a long time, to bring back those original color palettes. Or it's not that I found a way, it was not that complicated at all, but for me it was. And that one is also actually still on my to-do list to finish. Only I'm already in it for like 30-40%. So doing a deep playthrough, yeah, maybe I can start it simply mid-game, the recordings, the episodes. Maybe I will if I have time. The only problem with Skyrim is it will take me at least 100 hours more to get through it. Because I'm really doing all the side missions, etc. I haven't played it for like half a year or something. But yeah, that's always when I play this game. It are different games. But for the exploration part, I find Skyrim better. It's also more immersive without a HUD and being first person in my book. Also, the art design is great. Sometimes the graphics are still, that's a really old game, but they hold up really well. It's sometimes really photorealistic. When the sky and the lightfall is just about right, in the forest with fog going on, it can be a beautiful game. The Witcher has less of that, but to me, so they are simply not competitors. It are simply different games, albeit both in a fantasy world RPG setting. But for me, The Witcher is maybe a bit more, yeah, I don't know, cozy, especially this DLC. So that is really a strength of The Witcher, I find. But yeah, it's it's a bit of a rant, but I really got like this flashback to my Skyrim games when now booting up The Witcher again, to my Skyrim playtime. And of course, in the meantime, a third contestant came up, which I also saw on my to-do list, but will also take like 50 hours or 100 hours to get through. And that is Kingdom Come Deliverance, which is more on a realistic note. They really try to realistically reflect the medieval times and environments. A beautiful game as well, but I will only play that one as soon as I have my new 280 graphics card and 9900K PC build up, because then I can already max it out, but in 4K that game probably is even way more amazing. So, but that's all for the future. Now we are in The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine. Very much looking forward, because as I mentioned, I really dig the atmosphere of this game. It's a really, you can really get lost in the beauty of this fantasy game world. So I'm really looking forward. It was of course a bit of a little playtime actually. It was more of an introductory episode with the mechanics, the options, the menus, getting to grips with it again. I feel I am this little boss over here, and the initial bandit fight was a good refresher for me to get back into the mechanics of the game. So that will hopefully will all go more fluidly in the next episodes, in which we will also really will continue with the gameplay and the story itself instead of all the mechanics itself. So I am looking forward to it. Hope you enjoyed somewhat. Hope to see you in the next episode. If you enjoyed, please leave a like or maybe even leave a subscribe. That would be total greatness. See you in the next episode. For the meantime, guys, as always, do not forget yourself. Keep on gaming. See you later.